Hi everybody, welcome to the South Australian Sports Show. Hope you can stay with us for the next hour. We have plenty coming up on the show, as always. Great to welcome Barry Curtin to the show. Baz, how are you?
Fantastic.
All right, now mate, before we get down to what's coming onto the show, we cannot not talk about it because otherwise the elephant is still in the room. 19 players on the ground to get you through to the grand final. North Adelaide versus Eagles. How do you see it?
Wow, this is a tricky one, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, it's divided everybody. It's unbelievable.
Huge publicity for the SANFL. It's been fantastic for that.
And let's face it, they need it.
Yep.
Because you're talking about, I think they got 7,000 at the preliminary final.
Yeah, a bit disappointing.
That's
It was a good game too.
And considering a few of those tickets would have been
freebies.
I think that's disappointing. So I think they need something like this too.
But what do you reckon they'll get? What do you think they'll get for Norwood v North? 25, 30?
Possibly. 25.
Great crowd.
Yeah. They had 40 last year.
Wow.
But
okay.
that's Port Sturt.
Yep.
Okay. The Black and White's going to get a few more there.
Yes.
But
Yep.
I think they'd be disappointed. They got 13,000 at the doubleheader the week before, which was two really good games of footy, mind you. That game of footy on the weekend was a cracker. They only get 7,000. I'm not sure whether we should be playing these finals at the Adelaide Oval. I think the grand final should be there, but I'm not sure about, because it's an empty stadium.
Yeah, well, my feel on that has been over the course of this year with the SANFL, the team that finishes highest, they get the game at home. That's the reward and the incentive, and then grand final by, of course, at Adelaide Oval. You bypassed it, mate. What would your decision have been?
My initial decision was the rules are you're out.
Yep.
As simple as that. The thing I'm disappointed with here is, well, I'll put it this way. The rule says that the captain and or vice captain must notify the umpire, call a count, whatever. I'm not sure whether the North Adelaide captain would have even known that rule. He may have known it, but
or the Eagles captain.
Yeah, 5 minutes is a long time, Phil.
Yeah.
5 minutes is a long time on the ground. My first initial feeling was you're out, and the Eagles should advance. But then I thought, wow, how harsh is that for an error? But then I was disappointed in the SANFL because I thought they didn't make a decision, then they handballed it to the commission, who then handballed it to illegal.
There were more handballs going on than there have been in the game. I reckon it's an interesting one because depending on which camp you sit in depends how you wanted to view it. Is it because each camp wants their team in the final?
Yes.
But you go, okay, so in the rules that are in play, then North Adelaide can come through. Yeah. So what they've done is they've identified that the rules are archaic, and because of the way the game's being played, they have to change those. Yeah. But that doesn't help the Eagles in the predicament that they're in right now. So I think the thing that gets lost in all this, other than the teams being able to play in the grand final, is that one of them, whether it was North Adelaide or Eagle, weren't going to play in the grand final. Now the Eagles can say, well, we should have been playing. That costs our club $200,000 or $300,000 in merchandising and functions and all the other stuff. So fine to fine North $10,000. Not sure why you give them 4 penalty points for next year. I don't really get that. But you go, how does that help the Eagles? It doesn't help. They haven't been in any way. So I kind of feel like they should have got something out. I'm not sure what it should have been, but it's an interesting one.
It's a tricky one, mate.
Norwood or North for you?
No, I think Norwood will win.
Yep.
I think Norwood will win, and I think one of the main reasons
North's been playing some good footy.
They've been playing excellent footy, and they'll kick a lot of goals.
Yep.
But I think this might unsettle them. I think this might be a little bit unsettling. I think Norwood is sitting back going, you beauty.
Let's just focus on what we're on. Well,
they have the problems of their own.
Yeah, they're 1-1 this season, so it will be a belter of a game. You should get down there and have a look at it. We need to get to Bridget, of course, for the sporting news. Bridget, what have you got for us?
Hi, it's Bridget with this week's news updates. Port Adelaide District Hockey Club dominated the Premier League over the weekend. They won grand finals in both the men and women's leagues. The men's team defeated Adelaide by just a single goal, and the tight contest went through to a second extra time. The women shared similar success, defeating Adelaide Uni also in second time. The Magpies' dominant weekend tops off great performances from the teams. North Adelaide will take on Norwood in the SANFL Grand Final. It comes after a jaw-dropping prelim against Woodville West Torrens. The Roosters returned from a massive 47-point deficit, victorious by 5 points. However, the match was not without controversy. The North were found to have an extra man on the field in the last quarter. But following an inquiry, the SANFL gave them the all clear. The Roosters are looking to complete the fairy tale season against the Redlegs this Sunday. To baseball, and Adelaide Bite have re-signed pitcher Jackson Brebner-Russ. It follows a breakout season for the star, whose versatility is known league-wide. But it gets better for Adelaide. Aaron Whitefield has returned for the upcoming season after winning the Florida League Championship with Fort Myers. The ABL season kicks off in November as the Bite take on reigning champions Brisbane's Bandits. To rugby, and the Wallabies have suffered a shock loss to Argentina. The competitors emerged 4-point winners in a game where every second counted. Israel Folau failed to pass to unmarked Brendan Foley. He granted the Pumas their first win on Aussie soil in 35 years. The Wallabies will travel to South Africa in a couple of weeks. They'll take on the Springboks in week 5 of the championships. With 2 important victories over the weekend, the Boomers are putting the Philippines brawl behind them. They are just 1 victory away from qualifying for the FIBA World Cup. It follows a 52-point victory against Qatar, despite missing star trio Thon Maker, Daniel Goulding and Daniel Kickett. The Boomers will have a well-deserved break before facing Iran in November. Former South Adelaide midfielder and Western Bulldogs captain Ryan Griffin is calling time on his decorated AFL career. Originally hailing from Goolwa, Griffin played for South Adelaide before being drafted by the Bulldogs. He later moved to Western Sydney. Congratulations to the 2-time best and fairest and 2013 All-Australian. That's all from me. You'll see Ashley next week. Back to you.
Yes, thanks there, Bridget. Time to get to the Southern Footy League Grand Final weekend, of course, Saturday. Hickenbottom home. There's a couple of functions on before that. The Prez, as always, Craig Warman in to join us. We have to say, Ranella, too good for Noarlunga. Were you surprised?
Initially, yes, but I did tip Ranella. I saw them the week before demolish the Cockle Divers, Port Noarlunga. And with a couple of wins they've got back from South Adelaide has certainly helped stabilise the old Wineflies. And, gee, they looked good last weekend.
You did tip them last week. You did talk Wineflies last weekend because I thought, well, he's going for my old team, the old Wineies, and I thought that's a bit of a shock.
Hey, your old team. I thought your old team was Cove.
Oh, not anymore.
No, not anymore. No, so you got on the Ranella bus. Have you jumped on?
Well,
straight on, mate.
But he said last week that they played so well that he thinks that he rated them as a chance in the game on the weekend, and as it turned out, obviously they've done well.
Hey, mate, let's go through it quarter by quarter because it's a really interesting one. I mean, everyone would have thought Noarlunga, other than yourself, of course, were going to win it. They finished second this year, Ranella fifth. So first quarter, Ranella down by 3 goals. Is it windy or they just played better?
Noarlunga had the wind in the first quarter, going to the southern end.
Yep.
Ranella were able to hold them and maintain them to just 3 goals. It was probably 4 or 5 goal breeze, so it was a good start for Ranella.
Oh,
and of course,
Saturday was a really, really blustery.
Yeah.
Okay, so Noarlunga up by 3 goals in the first quarter. Ranella come back, they're up by 3 points at half time. Then Noarlunga have got it, they're up by 9 points at 3-quarter time.
Not enough.
Then it all changes. Noarlunga don't score in the last quarter. You go, you're saying there's a bit of wind, but couldn't have been that much wind. So did you credit to Ranella wearing them down and tightening up defensively?
No. Credit where credit's due. Ranella played really, really well. They finally got the message. Instead of going to the outer side, which was the dead side of the field, they were able to, with Cody Ellison playing on this side of the field, 6'4" wingman, they were able to kick it to the open side. And of course, once you get the open side, Noarlunga being that little bit older than Ranella, wore them down in the end.
All right, Flaggies this week, of course, they've sat number 1 all year and they've been the team to beat. Can you see Ranella getting over? Is Hickenbottom the bigger oval? It's windy there. Is that going to help Ranella or Flaggies
looking at the forecast, there's no wind forecast, 21 degrees, so perfect day for footy. I think Ranella, they need to be able to hold Flaggies. And it's a big ground to try and pin someone in, but if Flaggies get out, you won't catch them.
Did they get through unscathed, the Wineflies? So they got no injuries or?
No, yeah, they got through unscathed.
Okay.
They had a couple of blokes, the big ruckman, Shrubby, he'll be back this week. Tweaked a little bit of an ankle the week before, and Jason Farrier, ex-captain, so they'll come into the side this week to bolster them. So look, it'll be a good game, but Flaggies, they're a good side too.
They've had it, mate. Interesting one on the male medal. First time in over 100 years, father-son combination. Tell me if I get this right. Jerry Mott, was it, that won at 89.90?
Yep.
So he got back-to-back. He's got 2 sons that are playing.
Yep.
And, of course, we see that Nick got it this year. First time in over 100 years, father-son.
First ever in our league anyway, father-son male medalist.
Yep.
Wow.
Father and son get up and have a little speech? when they did it?
Yeah, they did, and we're hopefully to have both of those at our grand final breakfast for a bit of a chat too, because it's not only really good for the Southern Footy League, it's really good for the Mott family, as you could appreciate, and the Noarlunga Footy Club.
So what's your day like? The big day? It's going to be a big day.
Oh, a big day.
You're going to do juniors right through.
Yeah, gates open at 7 o'clock. First game at 8 with the under-13s, and
Do you know who's playing in these games?
I do. Do you want to know?
Well, it would be handy, wouldn't it?
Well, if he doesn't, the viewers will be interested.
Well,
Give it to yourself. Give it to
No.
yourself.
Renella and Christie's in the under-13s.
Yeah.
Christie's and Flaggies in the under-15s. Noarlunga and Cove in the under-17 halves. Flaggies and Christie's in the B grade, and Andy Britton from Christie's won the B grade medal, so he'll be playing that game. And of course, the big one at 2:30, Flaggies and Renella.
What is the under-17s and a half? What is that? What is that? You're either under-17 or you're not. No?
No, that's what the club's voted for, Baz.
The club's voted
for the age groups. We were originally, a few years back, 14s, 16s, 18s.
Yeah.
But a lot of the clubs, with the development of our juniors, saw it was too big a jump from under 18s going forward. So
it's a club voted thing?
Yeah.
Wow. Under-17 and a half.
But it also brings us in line with our counterparts in the Great Southern Footy League. So when we play association footy, there's not that discrepancy going forward.
I've never heard of that.
I can see that it's got you baffled.
Yeah,
mate.
well, it was. I saw it written there. I thought, what is that?
Mate, quickly, leading into the finals, always the big grand final breakfast Friday, Emu Hotel.
Yeah.
Start time?
7 o'clock start.
Yep.
You can get your tickets at the door. Again, we'll...
So who's at the breakfast? Who's speaking?
It will be... we've got Casey Grice from the Sandful about club development and the ability to be able to look at a new modular structure that's being put out for clubs when they do a rebuild. So that's going to be really interesting for a lot of our clubs. Of course, we'll have the captains and coaches of both clubs.
It's good of getting them down on the morning of the game, isn't it, for a breakfast? That's a good get.
Yeah.
Because normally they'd be...
Shaking a bit?
Well, you'd be tucked away. Wouldn't you? You'd be
You want to
away.
enjoy it, mate. You want to enjoy it. It's a great time.
Breakfast, few pints.
And then, of course, on Monday, the celebrations for whoever wins with the unveiling of the chimney at the Emu Hotel as well. So a big weekend for the Southern Footy League.
They're painting the chimney.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Do you?
Well, I think that's a great tradition. Yeah, I think that's
When was the last time you were at a chimney
No,
painting,
well,
mate, for Port Adelaide? When was the
mate,
last
come
time you were
on,
there,
come
mate?
on. 99.
99. Wow. That long ago.
Yeah.
All right, not too long to go. Saturday, big game, Hickenbotham. Get down there. It will be a beauty. Flagstaff and Renella. Breakfast Friday, Emu Hotel down on South Road. Get to it. Time to take a break. Stay with us. Plenty to come.